Why do you say who?
Because you turned your back on our family. Did one of us scare you so much that you had to run away?
No.
Then what, Jess?
It's complicated.
Then start talking.
After I left, I just drove around and hating myself. All I could do was picture her little face in my head. How devastated she was.
Your point?
I was selfish.
Yes. Yes, you were. You think that's going to make my daughter feel better?
If I could just talk to her.
Forget it. Do you love Jamie as much as you love Bree?
That's a terrible question.
But a fair one, considering your behavior.
Yes, of course I do. I love them both equally.
And you think what you did is called love?
No. Well, adopting a child is a really big responsibility.
Because if you do love her as much as you say you do...
Let me explain.
Will it help me understand what you did? That's not good enough!
Antonio, I can only tell you the truth. I can only tell you how I felt today standing in front of that judge. And then after,
After what?
After I just drove around. And the whole thing, I just replayed around and around in my head. And then something changed.
What the hell changed between then and now?
Everything.
She's sleeping.
Who is?
My daughter.
We won't wake her.
Well, hey, someone tell you I was throwing a party? Because,
Nash, do you know what happened at the adoption hearing?
adoption hearing.
Jessica was supposed to adopt Antonio's daughter today, but when the moment came, she couldn't do it. She ran out, and nobody has seen her since.
Well, she's not here. Oh, go ahead, search the place.
Did you have anything to do with Jessica's decision?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Nash, you asked me to help convince Jessica that this adoption was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, but you said that you wouldn't, and Jessica asked me to step aside, so I did.
Why did you bring it up in the first place?
That's between me and Jessica, isn't it?
Not anymore, now that she's gone. Nash, she's out there and she could be in trouble.
I know that Jessica loves Jamie very much. It's just that adoption. It's so very permanent, isn't it?
More so than marriage, apparently.
It seems as though you got through to Jessica after all.
Has it occurred to you that perhaps that wouldn't be such a bad thing?
Running off be a good thing.
Because she didn't want to hurt anyone.
And adopting Jamie would be hurting someone how?
You know, it seems to me that Jessica's very confused. So rather than do something that might hurt a little girl more in the long run, she may have she left.
You don't seem very worried about her.
Jessica's strong. We all know that.
Nash, do you know where she is?
If she's not with Antonio, then no, I don't.
Has she called you?
No, she hasn't.
You're hiding something from us.
Jessica loves you guys. And we all love her. Seems to me that what she probably needs right now is our support.
Well, we can't give her that support unless we can find her.
She'll turn up.
This is a waste of time. Come on, let's go. We should continue looking.
You're right again, as usual.
Nash, if you hear from her, will you please ask her to call us?
Yes, I will.
You know, if I find out that you're lying to me, I'm gonna wring your neck. Let's go.
Yes.
Jessie may be integrated, but she is still extremely fragile. You must allow her to make up her own mind about what she wants.
It's exactly what I said to her before she married Antonio.
Nothing that happened today was planned.
You
have been ambivalent about adopting my daughter ever since I suggested
I signed the papers and I wanted us to be a family.
You obviously didn't.
No, and I'm sorry. Listen, after I left, I drove around and then I stopped. I didn't know where I was. I didn't care. I didn't care who saw me. I got out of the car and I just started screaming and screaming, and then
My daughter cried herself to sleep while you were outside screaming in the rain.
Oh, I know. And if you could just let me make it up to her.
How, huh? How do you plan on telling my daughter that you can't be her mother?
Just let me finish.
What is the point?
Because I saved her today, okay? If I had gone through with it, if I had adopted her, I would have hurt her far worse than I did today. I would have.
That is a new one. You said you saved her. From what?
From me, from what I feel.
I already know what you feel.
No, you don't. You don't. And it's gonna hurt you more than anything, but you have to hear it. You have to hear it right now.
Nash never really did answer your questions.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious, Dorian.
What do you suppose is going on between him and Jessica?
Whatever it is, Dorian, it's absolutely none of your business.
As I said before, nothing that happened today
There's nothing more
was
important
planned
to
at
me
all, and
than my daughter. And she's gonna wake up in a strange bed, wondering why she couldn't go to sleep in her own bed, in her own home.
I know, well, that was your choice.
Because the woman that she thought was her mother doesn't want her anymore.
Don't say that to me.
I'm gonna go
please.
spend the night with her at my mother's. Because I don't want her to think that her daddy left her too.
Antonio.
We found your car near the quarry. And this